Olá, você, produtor rural que acompanha o site Noticias Agrícolas. Hoje estamos aqui, para conversar um pouquinho sobre o bem mais precioso que o produtor rural tem, que é exatamente a sua propriedade, o seu solo. E a gente vai conversar um pouquinho sobre as tecnologias, e os desenvolvimentos tecnológicos relacionados à agricultura 4.0, relacionada à sua fazenda, à sua propriedade e aos cuidados e manejos do solo. Eu estou aqui com Valad Henin, também conhecido como Seva. Ele é cofundador e chefe de pesquisa agrícolas da OneSoil. É uma empresa que desenvolve tecnologias para a agricultura de precisão, exatamente para essa gestão agrícola mais funcional e relacionada aos solos. Valad, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. Please explain to us about your work, the work of OneSoil, and the technologies developed by the company.
Yep, about OneSoil. In OneSoil, we have 3 different projects. The first one is the application for all farmers in the world. This application is free, and you or our people who will listen to this interview can download this application and use it for farming. In this application, farmer can add nodes, they can add crop rotation, they can see vegetation index, they can see the weather in the useful format, and also they can create the task map for fertilization, planting, and chemicals. Yep, it's like our tools, which is all farmers can get it for free. And this period of time in Brazil, OneSoil serve 81,000 users and covers around 32% of all arable land. It means that our users in Brazil added in our system 70.9 million hectares. Yep, and it's a lot of land. The second direction of our work is we provide information for global agribusiness companies and based on our machine learning algorithm. And the third direction, and which I am responsible, it is yield project. Its solution help farmer to introduce the VRA technology in their own farm and most important, measure the result. How much money bring VRA? Do you understand what mean VRA? Variable rate application. Yep. How much money VRA bring for their farm?
It's very important to farmers, and here in Brazil it's not different, to know about their productions, their territories, about their soils. And here in Brazil we have a very detailed legislation with specification for preserved areas, for example. Uh, we have legislation for a better integration between agriculture and environment, but sometimes we feel that other countries don't know about our reality. What Europeans, and you are from the Eastern Europe, what Europeans think about Brazil and what they think about our agriculture?
To be honest, in my opinion, I think that because I heard a lot of times that Brazilian farmer cut Amazon forest and they so bad farmers, always so bad. But in the Brazil, it's really, if we compare arable land in Brazil and Europe, in the Brazil, the arable land is 7%. In Europe, it's 32, 45. In Ukraine, 30, Ukraine 72. And in USA, it's around 28, maybe in this number. And my advice for people who say that the Brazilian farmers so bad that they cut Amazon river forest, they have to increase forest area in their own country because it's 7% of arable land. 7 is nothing. For example, in USA or Europe country. And the first, if the European Union or American some funds worry about forests, they have to start to buy some land in their own country and growing forest in this land. It's my private opinion. It's not like opinion of company.
No, that's okay for us.
Yeah,
It's very interesting.
But yeah, about the integration, yeah, but this process have to be 100% legislation. They have some area, but the second opinion that around more than 85% of Brazilian arable land is no-till. It's the same, yeah. And for me, it's amazing because in Europe it's less than 5% no-till farmers. The Brazilian farmers understand this; they have to save the soil. In the European Union, it's really hard to find this terrace in the field to protect the soil erosion and save water. In Brazilian, it's maybe we go to São Paulo from Iguaçu in this way. Maybe 65% of field have this terrace to protect soil erosion from soil erosion and keep moisture in the soil. And it seems like the Brazilian farmers really care about the land. They use no-till. They try to protect land from erosions, and it's really good.
Oh, we have direct planting, for example, and integration between forestry, planting, and
You see this?
livestock, for example.
Yeah, but it's really good too that because it's the soil have really high level of fertility, and what I saw in Brazil that the no-till helped save the soil fertility, and it's really important because we don't have some other soil; we have only one soil. And it's like one soil. It's about our name: one soil, only one soil. We don't have two soil because we don't have other soil. We have only one soil, and we have to work on this soil, and then we have to protect the soil and then increase fertility of the soil.
Even if you are talking about different kinds of soils, for example, because our the center of Brazil has a different kind of soil than the south of Brazil.
I hope my next trip in Brazil we will go to the
Mato
center of
Grosso,
Brazil,
for
Mato
example.
Grosso,
Yeah.
and all this region. But now I see only this north south part of Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have a perspective of agriculture production in different countries that you saw, that you travel to. All these countries are trying to do a better agriculture and a better natural preservation at the same time. Which for us, which is the role of precision agriculture for us to conquer the right balance between production and sustainability?
But in my opinion, I think that precision agriculture. What? No, it's really important about what means precision agriculture. Precision agriculture is, it's how I can say it. Speak a little bit about definitions, because what means precision agriculture? Now nobody knows what it means. It's like all complex solution for agriculture. And I'm not an expert in this all solution. I can speak only about VRA and how VRA can increase soil fertility and increase production. Because based on VRA, if we use not the equal rate, we use a different rate by zone in the field, it means for us that we can increase profitability and we can save the environment. How it's work? For example, in the field we have low productivity zone. For this zone, nutrition element don't have impact in the yield, and it means that some elevation, some other factor limiting the yield in this area. And if farmer use the equal rate for field, it means this area the plants don't uptake all this nutrition element which farmer apply in the fertilizer, and the rest of this nutrition element go to the nature. And if you use VRA and you reduce rate of fertilizer in the low productive area and increase rate of fertilizer in the high productive area, you save the nature from fertilizer pollution. Because do you understand, or you have to?
Yeah. For
It's
sure.
like when we distribute the fertilizer, we understand that we have low productivity area where nutrition element don't limit in yield in this area. We have area with a high productivity where can we increase productivity and increase yield. We just redistribute fertilizer from area from the low productivity, apply this fertilizer in area with a high productivity. And it means that fertilizer from the low productivity doesn't go to the environment. And in this reason we save. In this reason we are right technology can save environment and increase profitability.
Yeah, because we are talking here about the agriculture 4.0, no? And that means that we need to use the ag precision, big data, machine learning, and things like that. A lot of these technologies are helping farmers right now here in Brazil too. It's not different. But not all the producers are familiar with these kinds of terms. Do you agree with that?
I don't know, to be honest, because in my trip I heard totally different number about how many farmers use this technology. For some people, I heard around 20%. For some people, I heard about 2%, and it's really depend on the region. And I don't think now in Brazil you have some estimation how many farmers use this technology. And in my feeling, it's around 10% use it. And but I think the percent of farmers who use this technology will increase year by year because in Brazilian market, I think the government doesn't pay any money for farmers. For European Union, every farmer
Yeah.
uh, get money every year, and it means that if I, which I farmer and you farmer, we produce corn together, and my profitability on the $40 more than your profitability because I use VRA and you don't use. I will go to your landlord and say, "Can I rent your land?" And piece by piece, I will you will become without land, and that means that in the Brazil, farmer who rent land don't have the farmers who rent land don't have other choice. They will introduce new technology because the new technology increase profitability, or they will become without land and they lose the farm business. It's two options.
Some of one soil services, like you said, are for free. How the producers can use these technologies?
For free. The first of all, they can keep information about the field. They can add field in our system, and the most interesting point here that in our system we provide really easy way to start to use some new technology because in our system you can add the field because we use machine learning algorithm to delineate all field in Brazil, and farmers they don't need the drum field, they don't need to upload some boundaries, they can just select this field is mine, this mine, this mine, this mine, and they in the second step they will see distribution of vegetation index in their field, and based on it they have to think why this area have low vegetation index and why this area have has high vegetation index. And we have web application and also we have mobile application. Use our mobile application, farmers should go to the field and check the condition of plant and actual vegetation to understand what's the reason why this area have the low productivity or have low vegetation. Secondly, farmer can add nodes. They can what they can do also. They can create the task map for machinery in the free application too. And I have the list what they can do in our application, but I forgot. I just will open application and I will see what farmer can do in our application. Yep, at the field and crop rotation, they can use our scouting tools and add nodes. This will be synchronized with our mobile application. They can create a map for VRA map for planting. They can create map for fertilizer, but for nitrogen in season or for NPK in the main fertilization. They can see weather in the useful format. We don't predict the weather, or we just uh, get weather from weather provider and handle this data to which they be more useful for farmer. And also they can upload data from machinery to see how machinery make some operation. Yep, that's what they can do in the free tool. Our listener can just try it right now if they, because it's free and it's really easy process to registration. Just add email address and you can add to this portal.
Do you believe that these tools can be a way for us to show about our agriculture, to show about our sustainability, to show about how we protect our environment and things like that?
It's help, it's tools. It's this, the tools never solve problem. The people solve problem.
Mhm.
If they want, it's these tools. Is these tools to help to solve the problem? It's not like farmers have to solve the problem, not me, not I, or not Marcel, or not our company. If the farmer have motivation to solve this problem, he will do it. And I think, in my opinions, our tool can help farmers to do it.
So you are visiting here in Brazil. You visited Paraná and São Paulo, right?
Yep. Not yet. I will.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about Brazilian agriculture? What we do better? What we can improve about our agriculture?
I told about it, but I really impressed that I really see that no-till system can save the soil and can save the fertility, because it's really sad that in this region is black soil, chernozemy. I think you know it. If you open the Wikipedia or some other resource and you write like chernozem, and the first link, can I check? Because it's first link like the soil with high organic matter content and the average around 10-15% of organic matter. But yep, the organic matter is around 15%, 1.5. But I have worked in agriculture around 10 years, and through the me go a lot of soil samples with agrochemical properties. And I never saw some samples where organic matter was more than 3.7. In Brazil soil, because you use no-till, you have a lot of humus level content, and it means that the farmer really care about the soil, and it's really good.
And many people say that Brazil has a responsibility to feed the world. We see that during the quarantine, we sell food to many countries. We are an important country to feed the world because we have an insecurity with food recently. Do you believe that Brazil has a responsibility with the world to feed the world and things like that?
To be honest, I don't think so. I think that Brazil can. I don't know the exact number for Brazil, but I know for Argentine is in Argentine live 41 million of people, 52 million of cows. But the Argentine can provide the food for 400 of people. But I don't know this number for Brazil. I don't think about the responsibility. If you want, you can do it. If it will be bring you money, you will do it. It's not. I think the modern world is not about the responsibility to feed someone. It's a business, because farmers need money to produce food, and in this situation which happened right now in Ukraine and Russia, that Russia have war with Ukraine without any reason, and a lot of African country have more than 85% supply of Ukrainian grain, and it's really bad for African country. And I think after the war, in this period of war, in the Africa will die more people than will die in Ukraine, and it's a really good opportunities for Brazil farmer to go to some other markets for Africa and provide food for this country. And yep, it's about responsibility that you provide food for Africa country, but it's also about the money because you need to earn the money to develop agriculture.
Yeah, I think that you have a good point, because first of all, you need to think about the farmers. Now, they need to have money. The principle of food security starts with the farmers and with this kind and with the people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's impossible to make farming. Farming is business,
yeah,
and it's you're not in sorry, you not live in the European Union that in European reformulate that is not will so unpolite. You don't live in the European no like this. The farmers here don't get money from government, and it's bad for farmers, but it's good for us because when the farmers don't have subsidies from government, the farming is about the survive.
mm,
And it's a competitors world, so the strongest will survive, and it's business, and we
yeah.
have to understand that it's business, and yeah.
Americans know about that, and maybe I think that Brazilians are learning to do this kind of business.
Yeah, but in my opinion, you're in totally different condition, and you
Hmm.
have their own way to develop the agriculture. And I don't think the Brazilian farmers have to see for some other farmer because some technology can work in American, but it will not work in the Brazilian soil. It's a really stupid idea to just bring technology from some other country. You have to develop their own technology, and I hope one soil, because our yield project is more about measuring the array. It's like agronomic tools which help to understand your standard rate, and I think our yield project can help to improve Brazilian agriculture.
Muito bem, amigos. Conversamos aqui então com Yusuf Valid Renin, ele que é representante da One Soil, né, uma empresa aí que traz diversas ferramentas relacionadas ao manejo de solo, ao manejo de propriedades. Quem tiver interesse de conhecer um pouco mais, aqui no conteúdo dessa entrevista vai ter, né, o direcionamento para o site da empresa para vocês conhecerem. Eles têm um escritório aqui no Brasil, então tem a versão em português. Como a gente conversou também, todo o cadastro é gratuito, há ferramentas gratuitas. E aí, se você se interessar e quiser se aprofundar um pouquinho mais nessas ferramentas, você pode entrar em contato aí diretamente com a One Soil para, né, trazer um pouquinho mais de agricultura 4.0. Esse é o principal ponto da entrevista, né? As novas tecnologias de agricultura de precisão para ajudar nesse momento, né, de insegurança alimentar, onde a gente tem que usar os nossos recursos, né, os insumos, principalmente, com cada vez mais assertividade aí dentro das propriedades rurais. Eu sou Erickson Cunha, vou ficando por aqui. Lembrando, né, para você seguir as nossas redes sociais, estamos no Twitter, no Instagram, no Facebook. E você que acompanhou essa entrevista pelo YouTube, lembra de se inscrever no canal, ativar o sininho e deixar o like para que cada vez mais pessoas encontrem, né, as nossas notícias, nossas informações e assim se tornem os produtores rurais mais bem informados do Brasil. A gente vai ficando por aqui. Até a próxima. Um abraço.